Hi, I am Dr. Sundeep Salvi, the Chairman and Director of Chest Research and Training Private Limited. October 2nd is recognized as the World O2 Day or the World Oxygen Day. It is important for each one of us to appreciate the beauty of this element that gives us life. Oxygen is a crucial nutrient that keeps us alive and healthy. In fact, 90% of the energy that the human body generates comes from the oxygen that we breathe, and only 10% comes from the food that we eat and the water that we drink. Oxygen is available for us in the air that we breathe, and nature has ensured that we have a plentiful supply of oxygen on a regular basis. The air contains oxygen in a concentration of around 20%, and we breathe about 10,000 liters of air every day, out of which the lungs soak in about 1,000 liters of oxygen, and then they push it into the circulation so that it can be sent to all the cells of the body. Oxygen is a vital nutrient that releases energy by a very humble act of accepting electrons. The food that we eat is broken down in the cells, and as a result of that, a lot of protons are released, and the oxygen acts as an acceptor of these protons or electrons, and that gives rise to the release of energy. So oxygen is necessary for each one of us to keep ourselves alive and to keep ourselves healthy. Nature has ensured that there is plentiful supply of oxygen for each one of us. And do you know what is the main source of oxygen for the planet Earth? Perhaps you may believe that it is the plants that are present on the surface of this planet. Yes, plants are important, but they contribute to only 30% of the Earth's oxygen. 70% of the Earth's oxygen comes from the oceans and the seas and the lakes, where there are these green algae and cyanobacteria, which use the rays of the sun to split the water molecules to release oxygen. So 70% of the Earth's oxygen comes from the water bodies. Out of the plants that release oxygen, do you know which is the most important plant that releases the most amount of oxygen? It is the sugarcane plant. Perhaps you may not have known this, but the sugarcane plant has a very efficient photosynthesis program, and it ensures that it takes in a lot of sunlight, a lot of water, a lot of carbon dioxide, and releases a lot of oxygen. The second major source is the maize plant, and then the third is the green grass and the pastures that release a lot of oxygen for each one of us. So oxygen is vital for our survival. It is vital for our health. Many people suffer with lung diseases for which they need to be put on oxygen. And this is what keeps them alive, this is what keeps them healthy. And it is therefore important for each one of us to start appreciating the beauty and the power of this element called oxygen. During the COVID pandemic, we appreciated the importance of oxygen. There are so many people who died in the hospital because of lack of availability of oxygen. And that is what taught us the importance of oxygen in our day-to-day life. So let us celebrate this day as the World Oxygen Day so that we appreciate the value and the power that this simple element has that keeps us healthy and alive. So 2nd of October, let us all celebrate as the World Oxygen Day. Thank you.